through the chair, I have several questions to ask. Now, one of the things last year, I'm an accountant by trade, so I'm not in the marketing, I'm in the numbers. So we're going to strictly more towards numbers here. Last year, you were at for-profit status. It came due to make money. Is there any plan of changing that status to a non-profit status? Will there be a board dictating the success of his show? Because if you were to leave, what happens to the festival after you?
Yes, I'm in the process of working on it.
Okay, so that would be in effect for this coming May?
I would think so, yes.
So last year, according to the numbers, you spent $104,000.
Well, it actually exceeds that. That's as of June, but
To July, or
I think it's as of June 24th, maybe.
According to this report.
Yeah.
104,257. Now the city share, we gave you 75,000, which you basically was 75% of your budget. What other revenues did you receive? Did you make money on the show?
There were ticket sales, some very small sponsorships.
Can you give us a listing of what income you had?
I don't have a listing of that with me. But what I was doing was reporting to the ad hoc committee on the 75,000 spent. So I'm not really prepared for that.
Okay, so
and I'm not sure that's part of my reporting to the ad hoc committee.
Is this report a good chair? Wouldn't this report be a final report with all expenditures and income to date?
Well, it shows that the actual expenses exceeded what the sponsorship from the city was.
So can we get a listing of total income and expenses?
I don't know. I guess, can you speak to that, Wayne?
I don't know. I don't have the revenue, so Jim and you have the revenue side. But, you know, from my standpoint, I guess I wasn't. I don't want to manage Tom's business. I feel like we sponsored an event. We got a great benefit from it, and the values that we gained far exceeded our $75,000. If he made $100,000 himself or lost $20,000, well, that's his issue. That's the way I would approach this as a business person.
I'll follow up. Again, through the chair, to the finance director. Should we, other grant agencies, when they ask the city for funds, we ask them for several items of financial reports. So is there some type of policy that we should treat any other funders differently when they ask the city for funds?
Well, other grant
Through
agencies.
your department, anybody?
Through
Through the chair,
through the chair. Well, Tom's agency is not a not-for-profit, and we didn't give him a grant. We hired him to promote this film festival. That's what we hired him to do.
So basically just hired him as a vendor just to do this event.
Right.
75,000 for the event. And no type of reporting.
I understand you.
Well, there was no figure.
If I could just interject, I mean, we don't ask a paving company that does paving for us to provide audited statements to us. We don't ask a paper vendor who provides paper for us to provide audited statements. We're purchasing a service from Mr. Carruthers designed to bring people into the city. This isn't a grant agency where they're providing a public service in the sense of social services to other members, and it's not an ongoing investment that we're making. This is a case-by-case, event-by-event investment. That's why we're here tonight. So I think it's sort of fair to ask Mr. Carruthers to disclose his entire accounting practices and bookkeeping. We just have to make a decision: are we going to invest in this again next year or not? And that may be the reason why you don't want to. It's certainly viable and if you want full accountability, but it's not that kind of organization. We're purchasing a service, and that's the way the city administration looks at it. David looks at this.
If I may follow up on it. That's why we set up pretty strict controls, and Wayne worked very closely along with others with Tom to make sure that the $75,000 was being spent in accordance with the city's wishes. Which is much different than, sorry to interrupt you, which is much different than what we do with grant agencies. Much different. So.
And I'll hold my comments to later on. As far as the ongoing, do we have a number going forward, what you'd be asking for the May 2009 season?
Yeah, 65,000.
And that's less than the 75 there.
I think, yes, 75 is more.
75 is what we had last year, 65 is what we worked on this year. Because he's got more time to get more sponsors involved, and we felt, knowing our economies, that we had to cut back.
And it looks like there is, even though it looked like, I was a line item on the state budget, and the state budget wasn't tweaked this year. I was supposed to get some money from the state. It does look very positive. I'm going to get some money from the state, which is going to help subsidize the festival we're going for.
So then next year, it's 65 to go lower.
It's possible.
Thank you.
Anyone else?